Hi everyone. What I'm going to share in today's video are the video clips I took while at the Montreal Biodome facility. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I haven't been able to share these before now, but I want to. I really enjoyed the time I was there. So this first clip is the parrot exhibit. It was just gorgeous. It reminded me of when I did a latch hook rug kit um, when I was about 10 years old. That that was the shape of a parrot. It it amazed me how these two were interacting with each other and grooming each other's. Um, the two on the right, that is. It reminded me of the different nature documentaries that I've seen where the animals groom one another. This next video, of course, is a bunch of piranhas. This actually brought back a memory from the BBC show Top Gear, where they were in the the safari, or and where the piranha fish are located. And one of them jumped in the boat. I really enjoy the fish. I don't have a fish tank set up right now, but I've often had one. And when I was in college, I actually had a shelf of 8 fish tanks in my dorm room that I watched each night as I fell asleep. I'd love to do that if I'd love to do that again sometime. I really enjoyed it. This next video is of the rainforest area being watered. The the area of the building that we were in was very warm and humid. They've gone out of their way to make the facility match real life. I know I think it was 24 Canadian when I went there to get in for the 90 minutes. It was worth every dollar of it. I can't possibly see how the money that they would get from admissions would be enough. It must take an awful lot of manpower to keep that facility running. This next one is the snake exhibit. I don't I don't see where the snake was in this video clip, um, but I'm not scared of snakes, and I enjoyed it. This video is of the jungle shore. Oh, there's a snake there on the right side. I recognize the driftwood from all the time I spend down at the water. Um, the wood eventually loses the leaves and the branches fall off because they break down or snap from nature, and then you end up with these chunks of wood. The wood was very realistic to me. This next one is of the jungle shore area. But I was really mesmerized by the water. The peacefulness helps me live with what's wrong in my legs. It's part of why I go down to the water so often. This is the monkey exhibit. And there is one on the screen in the upper right quadrant, just sitting there with its tail hanging down. The next video is of a capybara. It's just sitting there, sort of nesting. I've seen capybaras in nature documentaries before. I find them absolutely fascinating. I sometimes wonder if the capybara would get along with my hamster Gary. They look so peaceful. I've never seen capybaras be on the defensive yet. This is the flamingo exhibit. There were a few of them in there, but what it was the nature part that grabbed my attention. All the plants, and then the facade that the facility has made. You can see on the bottom of the screen it was June 21st when I visited. It'd be interesting to see how the scenery has changed, how the leaves have grown, and how the foliage on it has all changed over the past 4 weeks. Yeah, here are the here are the penguins. I've watched a bunch of penguin documentaries, and there's this one GIF where a penguin smacks another one, and it falls in the water. It also reminds me of Mike Rowe from the TV show Dirty Jobs, where they were cleaning a penguin facility. This is going back about 12 years, though. But this, I mean, what they have set up here matches the memory I have of the various penguin documentaries that I've watched. They kind of fly underwater um, using their flippers. It's really fascinating. This is meant to resemble the St. Lawrence Forest. It felt like home where I live in Ontario, Canada. It wouldn't be uncommon to see these types of foliage, rocks, and various trees down at the water when I'm down there with my wheelchair and riding the trails. This is the Beaver Dam, and you just have to see it. I, I enjoy using my hands. I get a lot of satisfaction out of creating things or fixing things. But the beavers have me done, have one-upped me with how they can create a dam like that and how it's so interwoven with each other's pieces of wood. This video here is the forest area that's meant to resemble St. Lawrence, or the St. Lawrence Seaway. I was on a ferry years ago, and I remember driving through that area on the way to see one of my high school friends that had moved to northern Ontario related to her dad's employment. This is a fish exhibit. Man, I really need to get some fish tanks up in my home sometime again. It's been a very different lifestyle with my legs being so troublesome. There's that's oh shoot. Oh, I can't think of the name of the it wasn't a beaver, but that one at the end made me smile. This is the walleye fish area. There's more than this in this area. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, I really liked seeing those fish. It's very peaceful, and nothing else really mattered when I was looking at them. This is another fish tank that's been set up there. I think that's a sturgeon, but I'm not 100% sure. Uh, yeah, isn't that gorgeous? What you're looking at next is a coral exhibit. It's kind of sad what's been happening to the Great Barrier Reef with the water temperatures, the ocean temperatures increasing, and much of the coral dying off. For them to be able to keep coral alive is a real accomplishment. This is one of the bird exhibits. The birds essentially have free reign of this room that I'm in. It does have netting to prevent their escape, but generally there's lots of space for them to be. Okay, and this is the final video that I took. It's again in the video area. That bird just cooperated to make it all all artsy like. Okay. I really hope you've enjoyed seeing these with me. I was there for 90 minutes. If you can get to the Montreal Biodome, you need to do so. And if you can't, try to get to one at your own place or down to local parks. It's nice taking a break from life and the business that we find ourselves in. Hey, I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me today. Bye for now.